Hey everyone, hope you all did enough practice for the case 1 and 2 so that we can easily do the third case. So in this lecture I am going to start third case of power series, and that is for the singular point. It means we can say that Frobenius method. So in this lecture we will do some rules and regulations for the third case, and then after we will just start the first example. Okay. So see here I have written some notes, and that is very important. See here, case 3, when the roots. Okay, before this, the case 1, I'm repeating for case 1 and case 2. The case 1, that was for the roots m1 and m2, in which the roots were distinct and that was differed by a known integer, right? In the second case, when the roots were equal. Okay, so now in third case, when the roots m1 and m2 are distinct and differing by an integer. Okay, so here both the roots will be in integer form only. It means the without fraction numbers. Okay, so here also there is there are so many conditions. See first, when m1 minus m2 belongs to z, the first condition is given that m1 minus m2. First we have to find both the roots. Until that, all the cases will be same procedure in the same method only. Okay, I hope you all know very well now. So when m1 minus m2, first we have to find these both the roots, and that will be belongs to n, and that is we can say that the difference of m1 and m2 is a positive or negative. Okay, it may positive or it may be negative numbers. There is no needs, it's not compulsion that the roots should be in this form only. Okay, so it will be in positive or negative sense. Now let the roots of the initial equation be m1 and m2 with condition m1 less than m2. It means in this case the solutions corresponding to the values m1 and m2 may or may not be linearly dependent. It means the roots should not be in dependent form. Okay, it means here we will apply smaller root, yani ki smaller root must be taken as m1. Like suppose you're all having -1 and -2, then which one will be your smallest root? That will be -2. So the part 1 will be for the m1 and that will be your -2 only. It's compulsory. Okay. So here we have the following two possibilities. These both possibilities is very important because there are two types of examples in the third case. Okay guys. So first one is here, one of the coefficients of the series becomes indeterminate for the smaller root m1. Now first we have to find, you have to apply for the smaller root only. Okay, so maybe it will be -2, right? Okay, so in this case, one of the coefficient of this series that becomes a indeterminate form. Now what is indeterminate form? That I hope you know all very well now, because in first semester we did. Indeterminate, it means in numerator and denominator maybe you get a 0 by 0 form or infinite by infinite form, etc. Okay, so you have to apply for the smaller root, and that is for the m1. So that will be your part 1, and that contains two arbitrary constants. It means it's compulsory to come two coefficients like c0 or c1 or c0 or c2, etc. So in this case we will not find solution corresponding to m2. It means यहाँ पे आपको सिर्फ एक ही केस अप्लाई करना है, that is m1, that is for part m1, and that is actual for the smaller root. Okay, now see the next one. Second condition, sum of the coefficients of this series becomes infinite of the smaller root m1. Then it is required to modify the series by replacing a0 by a0 into the m minus m1. m1, that is your part 1 root. Okay, maybe you have find here. So here maybe you will get one root, one coefficient that will be in infinite form. Now if you will get infinite numbers, then you have to replace one term. Now see, if as a series solution you are applying C0, then here it will be C0 into, I'm talking about this. So it will be C0 into M minus N1, M1. And suppose you are applying A0 in the series solution, that A0 into X is to M plus K. Okay, then it may be A0 into M minus M1. So if you are writing C0, then it will be C0 into M minus M1. And if you are writing A0, then it will be A0 into M minus M1. Okay. Now next, the two linearly independent solutions are obtained by substituting M equals to M1. So at the last, after the solution, I mean after putting this one term A0 into M minus M1, you have to substitute M equals to M1. M1, that will be your smallest root. Okay, that is into the equation, that is to modify term of the series for y, and then after you have to find one component, that is del y by del m. It means y with respect to m, and that obtained from this modified term. Okay, so first we have to see whether it is coming any infinite number or not. Now if it is coming any infinite number, then you have to do this procedure. It means you have to take this one case, that a0 into m minus m1. Then after you have to substitute m equals to m1, and then you have to find y with respect to m derivative. Okay, so let's start with the example now. The question is, find the series solution xy double dash plus 2y dash plus 6y equals to 0 by using Frobenius method or else by using singular points. So in the very first step, we have to just repeat this equation. We have to rewrite the equation and give it equation number 1. Now you have to check whether it is from ordinary point or it is from singular point. So I didn't do this, but you have to show that how it is coming ordinary or singular. So I have checked here and directly I have written it is from singular points, and in singular points also you have to check it is from regular or irregular singular points. So it is from regular singular point. Okay. Now see the question here. There are given three components, that y, y dash and y double dash. So from the singular or ordinary points, you have to first write its series solution. So for the singular point, the series solution will be y equals to k equals to 0 to infinite, ck exists to m plus k. Now see the question. Here it is given three components, y, y dash, y double dash. So first do the derivative, that y dash and y double dash. Now these all the values you have to substitute in the equation number 1. So putting these all the values in the first equation, here I have put all the values, you can see that. Now next step, you have to convert, or you have to open the bracket, but see here there is not given any kind of bracket. So directly we will move for the second step, and that is you have to convert into the singleton of the x. Okay, so removing x from the here, so this one term as it is, so access to m plus k minus 1. Here there is no given any more x, so keeping this as it is, and see the last term, again here it is given one more x, so the solution will be summation k equals to 0 to infinite ck access to m plus k. Okay, m plus k plus 1, because adding this one. Okay, now in next step you have to check is there any similar power or not of x. Okay, so yes, it is two terms that having a similar power, that m plus k minus 1. So just take out the commons if there is any numbers, if there are any terms common. Okay, so writing this summation k equals 0 to infinite From this both m plus k is common. Okay, so first I'm writing this m plus k. Now here remaining term is m plus k minus 1. Okay, and here the remaining term is 2. So m plus k minus 1 minus 2, sorry, plus 2. So m plus k plus 1. Now see k is common in both the terms. Again access to m plus k minus 1. This is common in both the terms. Okay, and the last term keeping as it is. You can see that here. Okay, now maybe you are having two unequal power. Okay, that having unequal power. So you have to make a common term. You have to make a similar power. Okay, so for that I'm doing changes in the last equation. Always you have to do in the last term only. Okay, just keep it in your mind. So see previous term, that is m plus k minus 1. So here also you have to make a same power, that m plus k minus 1. So for that k equals to, you have to apply any kind of case, right? So maybe we will take k equals to 2, then it may be possible. See m plus k minus 2 in place of k, maybe we'll put k minus 2, then m plus k minus 1, and of course we leave that only. So applying the case k equals to 2, so it will be k equals to 2 to infinite. In place of k again see k minus 2 and access to m plus k minus 1. Now you can verify, now you can see that this both the term having a single power. Okay, but see the limit is different now. So in the first is starting from 0 to infinite, second one is starting from 2 to infinite. So which one will be a common limit, that is from 2 to infinite. So from the first term you have to rewrite two terms, that is for k equals to 0 and k equals to 1. So applying k equals to 0. So here it will be m plus 1, here 0. So m plus 1, sorry, we have already written c0 access to k0, so m minus 1. Same here we will apply k equals to 1, so you will get this one, m plus 1 m plus 2 into c1 access to m. And now the remaining term I am writing, so plus करके summation, I have not written here plus, you just do this, summation k equals to 0 to infinite. From these both the terms m plus k, here m plus k minus plus 1, ck इधर से आएगा ck minus 2 for bracket over and access to m plus k minus 1. Okay, so this one was your simplification, and that is same part in all the cases, case 1 as well as in case 2. So don't forget to do this. Next one part will start in our next session. Thank you.